Spoiler alert, we have Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is beautiful because, once again, for all you people that don't watch the MCU, you have to do a bit of homework, okay? What you need to watch in order for you to understand this series: Captain America 1, Captain America 2, Captain America 3, Black Panther, Infinity War, Endgame. Those 6 movies. You have to watch all of them in order to understand what the hell is
Ant
going on
Man.
here. Why Ant-Man?
I don't know because Falcon was in that movie.
Oh, the
The
the,
first
the
one.
first one. Yeah, he
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
He
But
was.
he's
He
not
was.
important. He's not important. It was a
Yeah, it
joke.
wasn't that important. But yeah, you need to watch those 6 movies to understand what's going on here. And spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert again. I love how it starts off. It
Wait, wait,
starts.
wait. Before that, like overall, what would you give it?
Hmm. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, I'm gonna give it the 7, but it's a good 7. It's not like 7 as in terrible. It's like 7
Mhm.
good. And I
I don't
like.
think seven's terrible at all.
Okay,
Seven's good.
yeah, I'll let the people know. There's things I love about it. Things that I was like, gotta do better. But yeah, let's talk. You first.
All right, here's what I love about it. Marvel has a great ability and a great job to make the side characters in the main film become the main characters that you begin to actually care about. Okay? For example, WandaVision. We started to care so much about Wanda Maximoff, but also all the other side characters that were in it. Randall Park, who was the FBI agent in Ant-Man,
Mm-hmm.
in
Ant Man too. Yeah.
yeah, Ant-Man 2, Darcy, who was who was
Thor.
not yeah, who's in Thor, but Natalie Portman's friend or whatever. You started to care a lot about her. And I forgot what her name was. She was in Captain Marvel as the little girl, but now she grown up. I forgot her name. You know who I'm talking about though.
Yeah, I
They
get
have,
to in a second.
exactly. But yeah, it's the same thing when it comes to Falcon and the Winter Soldier and caring a lot more about Sam Wilson, about Bucky.
Monica.
Monica. There we go. Monica. But they have the same thing. It's the same thing over in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And these small characters that were in the big movies now becoming the main characters and the main focus in these stories. And Marvel does a great job of giving them personality, of giving them character, of expanding their backstory of who they are and their families and what they're going through. Because once again, we're still in phase 4. Phase 4, for those of you who do not know, is the aftermath of Endgame, which is the big blimp. Everyone is back from disappearing and disintegrating 5 years ago. I think they were in like 2023 in this timeline. I
Yeah.
may be wrong.
No, no, you're right. 2023.
Okay, great. So yeah, a lot of it just comes down to the effects of what happened back in Endgame, and I really appreciate the fact that you know this is all about Sam's taking of the mantle of Captain America because of what happened in Endgame. Uh, Original Captain America, Steve Rogers, he's no more. He's an old man, and he probably died already. Like he dead, and he gave the shield, the signature, the symbolism, the Captain America shield to Sam Wilson to say, hey, now that I'm old and I'm gray and I'm the 46th president of the United States, it's time for you to take the mantle of Captain America. And see, that's how it started. Okay. It started from that flashback because Sam said, it doesn't feel like this belongs to me. And Steve was like, well, it don't belong to me no more. And it looks good on you. And that's how it started. And that's how it began. It began with, and that's where I want to commend Marvel with as well. The discussions of a black man in America, but a black man who has served for its military, right? But still, at the end of the day, is still just a black man, and that's something I really appreciated, and something I didn't expect Marvel or Disney to tackle because, like, I understand, like, it's not all sunshines and daisies when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but when it comes to race, I didn't expect it to go that deep
Yeah, they're more black and white with it. So
It,
most
it
like
is.
99% of the time. And as you were saying, I agree. One, I didn't expect it, right? So we're talking about episode 2. Sam and Bucky, they're in a neighborhood and the police pull them over. And the way they were like getting ready to get at Sam until Bucky said, "Do you know who this man is?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, and then a couple seconds, the cop realized who he was, and it's like, "Oh, well, thank you for your service." That type of thing. You veteran.
And he's the
That
Falcon, damn it.
exactly, and that scene within itself is difficult. It's
Mm.
difficult to watch because I did not expect this type of cereal, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I got a bowl full of regular Marvel cereal. It's bland, black and white, and there you go. There's a prize in it. I didn't expect that, and this prize is racism.
I didn't
And
expect.
they covered it.
You know what else I didn't expect? I didn't expect.
Or prejudice too. Prejudice, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect Sam Wilson or any Avenger for that matter to be flat broke. I didn't expect that to be discussed at all. Because in my little world, I'm thinking if you an Avenger, like yo, you live in lavish, like you got money, you got some coin because bruh, you saved the world from intergalactic beings. I figured you'd be set for life. But
Well,
in the
yeah.
series, Sam was more like, no, it's more of a voluntary thing and blah 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 blah.
But the thing is, he
Meanwhile,
wasn't an Avenger, if you think about it,
like he
right?
wasn't a formal Avenger, like
No,
he
no,
was an A team.
no. Yeah, exactly.
He was the
Because
B team.
in theory, if you look at wait, that's how Avengers. That's how whatever. In theory, right? You're looking
Dude,
at Civil War. Civil War. That's Captain America 3. That's when they no longer were Avengers. After they fought, that was it.
that was it. They broke up.
The blip happened. 5 years later, he's back. They're all fighting that last battle, and
Mhm.
that's it. It's like there's still no more. There's still not an Avenger really, if you think about
If
it.
you want to get technical, yes, but it
But
was
he's
the
still a government contractor. Like those
right.
wings are theirs. That's why they're able to track them.
Yeah, yeah.
And we could get into the wings later. But yeah, I did agree. I didn't expect all this realism in my Marvel soup. I was shocked and surprised. I am a fan of Sam's sister, her
Yes,
character,
I am too.
Sarah, and like how down to earth she was and how real she was.
Yes.
Um, yeah, and I'm also like surprised about the other characters that came into play too, like Zemo, Sharon Carter. Like, oh, okay, I didn't expect these characters to be so interesting,
Yeah, I
especially
really
Sharon Carter
I
because
enjoyed Zemo a lot.
yeah,
I was wrong bashing. I thought he was going to be the villain, but he was not at all. He was more of an ally in this go around. And hey, I appreciated that. I thought I was waiting for Zemo to just turn on them, and I think a lot of us were waiting for that moment where Zemo is just gonna like turn on them and just be like this evil bastardly villain again. But it never happened. Like you
no,
thought it was
I
gonna
never thought
happen.
about that because
I did.
out of all
That dude is
villains,
smart.
there you go. One, he's smart. Two, he has like a mission. The
Mm,
reason why he doesn't hate Bucky because he knows Bucky was brainwashed the entire time, right?
right.
But he hates everybody else because they chose to take the serum. I don't think he hits Captain America as much,
I don't think
but
so.
he wants to destroy him, and
Yes.
that's kind of the whole point of Civil War. But yeah, he didn't hate Bucky, but he
Mhm.
hated everybody else, and
Yeah, and he hated all the super soldiers that willingly took that serum. And so what they explained in the series is, he may be a villain, but like one thing he does have is morals.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
but to
Even
me,
the way he spoke to children, he spoke to the
right.
people, dancing around.
Mhm. Oh,
And
well,
he's rich too. Like he's
he
really
is
rich.
filthy rich. What was your did you expect the Wakandans to show up at all?
No, I kind of forgot about them, and I
Yeah,
forgot how much of a part they played in Bucky's character development as well.
that's right, which
Because
is why I said watch Black Panther.
yeah, okay, you're right. Because this is like a two-part series. It's called Falcon and the Winter Soldier for a reason, but it's mostly the Falcon show.
That is true.
But Winter Soldier did have good amount of character development and plot to kind of focus on his own problems because they
Yes.
bickered all the time in the beginning, but by like the last episode, they're just chilling at home,
Exactly.
working on the boat.
and they're more friendly. They were cool because they had a mutual friend. But
Yeah.
now with this series, it seemed like they actually formed some sort of camaraderie, a brotherhood, if you will. And the way things seem to be going, Bucky, he may be part of the family pretty soon. So
Yeah.
that's why I decree um, James Bucky Barnes, James Buck Nasty Barnes. That's his new name.
Buck
Buck
nasty.
Nasty.
One thing that was interesting about Bucky's character was him kind of like living his moral life through Sam,
Mhm.
because Roger believed in Sam, right? And he
Yeah.
also believed in Bucky. But if Sam was the wrong person to believe in, then no one should believe in him. And that's kind of what he was always looking at Sam for. It's not like he allowed Sam to go away and do his own thing. Sam did try, but he was always there
Of course.
tailing after him,
Exactly.
to make sure he's doing right, or to kind of make sure it's like, hey, if he's going down the path, then I'm going down the right path. And of course, it took a while for him to realize he goes on a different path.
Definitely. I enjoyed Bucky's story arc too of, him being essentially this free man now. He's no longer brainwashed by Hydra.
Yeah.
So, he has a mind of his own, but yet he's still living with this guilt of killing a lot of innocent people. So he has this book and he feels like he's in debt to the people that are still living, that are relatives of uh the many people that he's killed. So, he just had this like internal battle of just immense guilt that he's been having. So, he was just trying to find ways to like, I don't know, sort of like pay off that debt
Yeah.
almost.
That's,
And yeah, what were you gonna say?
no, continue.
Oh, well, yeah, he was just trying to pay off this debt, it feels like. And so throughout that series, you got to see that play out with Bucky. And I really appreciated that a lot.
So those are the things I really enjoy about this series. Another thing I enjoyed was the character we all chose to hate, but in the end, it's like, I don't really hate you that much.
Yeah, man.
And that's
John
John
Walker.
John F. Walker, and I
I
was like,
wanted to hate. I hated him so much in the beginning, man. But damn it, they won me over. He won me over.
yeah. Once you see the reason he's there, like who
Yes.
appointed him, and he lost the position, and the things that he lost afterwards as well, then like where he was going with the fake shield, I was like, this character's a regular person.
Yeah, like he was just trying to do the best that he could.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I and
we kept
we
comparing him to Roger when no one should be compared to him, because
right,
he's
like
one of a kind.
right, we kept comparing him to Steve Rogers, but he's not Steve Rogers.
No
That's
one is.
the thing. And but also the reason why we looked at him some sort of way is because of um how he even became Captain America, right? Because Sam just gave up the shield to the Smithsonian just for them to just display, right? That shield. But what they did instead was they just created a new face of America, a new Captain America, if you will, because there's no more Steve Rogers, there's no more Iron Man. We don't know where the hell Thor is. Hulk, we don't know what the hell Hulk is doing. Well, Hulk is being not Hulk enough, right? There's no real face for America right now. Peter's still a teenager, so there was no Captain America. So what the government decided to do was just create a new Captain America. And so us the viewers are like, hell no. Who the hell is this guy? You are not Captain America. And then he had his own black guy with him, which I took offense to in
Yeah.
Lamar.
Yeah. But he's an actual character,
Yes.
known as Battlestar.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't. No one knows that, bro.
I didn't.
No one got the deep cuts like that. Only they
Yeah,
do.
I didn't know that.
But yeah. Once we got there, it's like, oh, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah. And I legit thought like he was going to become the bad guy because
Yeah.
of what he did with the shield. And he took this. Did he take the serum?
Yes, he did.
He took the serum and all that. So he was trying so hard to live up to the Steve Rogers name.
Mhm.
So yeah,
And
I thought it was gonna be on some Two-Faced ish, on some Harvey Dent ish. You
but
know,
the serum is good, and they kind of clarified like it won't make you bulky like they did with Steve. Like it just makes
right?
you strong.
Yeah,
And at the end of the day, it's still about skill, because they got their ass whooped by the women of Wakanda. What's the
yeah.
crew? Do you remember the group?
I think it's called like the Daria something.
It's something like that. But they
Yeah,
got whipped. They all got whipped, and they couldn't do anything about it.
hell yeah.
Like some people are just better than you.
Exactly. And plus, they're highly skilled too. Remember when she yanked off the White Wolf's arm? So let's not forget, Wakandans made that arm, okay?
Yeah,
So they highly skilled with the vibranium. Hell, a lot of their clothes have vibranium, their weapons have vibranium. Don't mess with Wakandans,
yeah.
okay?
So another question. So that was one. That he
Yes.
was a character we wanted to hate, but and we just like you're a regular person, and I don't hate you. And he became his own thing, which I can't wait to see what they do with him.
Yes.
Now let's get into Carly, the villain of the series. The most boring, bland, kind of lost the plot
Okay,
halfway through. Like, what are
we
you about
agree.
anymore?
We agree on this. I thought that the villain could have been done better. They definitely could have been done a lot better. Honestly, I'm gonna be real. I didn't care about this. Like, if they didn't need, they didn't need her. They didn't need that whole side arc. They didn't need it.
No, they did. I thought it was a good idea because we're talking about real world problems, right? We're talking about
Yes.
the blip happened. Uh, 12 million people were displaced, and they're living their life for 5 years. Now people are back, and those countries want to kick out those people that just have new lives within those countries, and they're just trying to kick them out. 12 million people out, and they're like, no, we're completely against that. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make noise, and that's kind of what led into the ending of the show. So
Which I feel the ending.
no, we'll get there in a second.
Okay, sorry.
I want to go over one more topic before we get to the ending.
Sure.
So that plot I thought was necessary. Of course, the villain, because it was like acts of terrorism in a way, and it's like this is coming off very liberal. We're near liberal esque of the TV show because they did really well with Sam's stuff. It's like okay, maybe they won't do that bad with like the army stuff, but it's still an army show at the end of the day. It's still propaganda, right? So, but Carly's plot and the things she's did and the people she's killed along the way, she keeps saying like it's good. People are seeing it, but even the people around her aren't really seeing that same vision, and that's what kind of lost me. Because if everybody was like, "Yeah, you got to do it. What are you doing? You're a leader. You're supposed to kill these people." That would be a better character than it's like, "I'm gonna kill these people," and everybody's like, "Why? Why did you do that?" It such a boring. Like this villain sucked
Yeah.
halfway through. Made sense in the beginning. It lost me by like episode 4.
How do you feel that this series was 6 episodes?
That's fine. Sometimes you don't have a story, right? Sometimes you don't want to just keep adding on to it, which something I did feel WandaVision did,
Okay.
where they could have finished the show within an episode. They didn't need all those episodes. And maybe that's what they did. They wrote WandaVision out and realized maybe we could cut it short. Then they did the Falcon. But apparently they've been planning this show for like 5 years anyways.
Oh, really? Because I feel like I don't know, maybe COVID got in the way of
No, they
series
finished
growth?
production already.
Oh,
They're
okay.
in editing when COVID happened.
Okay. Because to me, I felt like the sixth episode, it just wrapped up everything way too quickly, if that makes sense. I just
I disagree. I think they got things. I think if they added 2 more episodes, it's just them chasing after Carly. That's all it is.
mm,
Like some things that they wrapped off pretty quickly was when they removed Captain America from John. Right? It's like give us the shield. You're no longer working with us, and you're lucky we're not gonna like send you to jail. Right?
you got a pardon. That's it.
Yeah, which I think is nonsense. And it also kind of shows that the government is nonsensical at the same time. And of course, Valentina, played by Julia Louis Defoe, uh, was there with the purple hair, saying like, "I'm gonna hire you. It's gonna be like a little contract thing."
Yeah.
And that's just like more breadcrumbs for whatever they want to do for season 2, or if they want to continue the show. But then another major plot, which is very interesting. The last topic before we get to the end of the show, is Isaiah Bradley, the Black Captain America.
Oh,
Uh,
yes. Yes,
yes,
him,
yeah,
him,
he's
him,
very
him.
important. I thought he played the most important role to the next step for Sam.
Word, 100%. And it's something that, again, I commend Marvel for tackling. It's because it's something that I feel like a lot of Black Americans have this inner dialogue with themselves a lot. And it's the fact that we're Black, we are American, and you may have a lot of love for your country and you show it through, through your service or whatever have you, but at the same token, due to America's history of what they've done to black people, that's sort of like it it's an inner struggle of what you believe and what we see America as versus what America is. You feel me? And how do we sort of how do we stand by the red, white, and blue, but also, all of these other things are happening to black Americans and to black America. So you know, how do we still defend the red, white, and blue? Am I making sense here?
You're getting there. I don't know. Maybe clarify. Okay, so we're talking about at the end of the day, you put so much trust, but when you come back home, you're still hit with the same ridicule. Like
Exactly.
you
The
do
story of
everything
OJ.
right. No, the story of like the Tuskegee Airmen or many of the I was just rewatching Watchmen the other day,
Mhm.
and if you remember the sheet, in World War I when the Americans went to Germany, they dropped off these flyers saying like, "Why are you fighting for America?" And
Yeah,
you're black, right? We treat people well here, but you go back home, you're a second-rate citizen. It's kind of like that.
exactly.
Your army. They tricked them. They
Like
gave them,
Motown too.
yeah, and they said like, oh, we gave you tetanus, testing for different things,
Mhm.
and they, it was a super serum, and then they
Exactly.
jailed him for 30 years, prison him, taking his blood, and out of pity, someone just wrote him off dead, and that's why he's free today.
Right.
So that's kind of the story of it. And
Exactly.
I thought his story was very good and very helpful for Sam because it's like you still need to. It's still difficult to take that mantle because it's
Exactly.
not just about Captain America. It's like what you as a black man in America.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
Yes. And I like the fact that Sam addressed that in his final speech at the end of at near the end of the episode. Just
yeah,
the fact that, he has done so much for his country, yet he still had a lot of hurdles to overcome, even coming back 5 years later and A, being broke, and B, being just perceived as just another black man despite everything that he's done for his country, but also he's now Captain America and he's taken the mantle of Captain America. It's just a big juxtaposition. And I enjoy that because I feel like a lot of Black Americans can relate to that in some sort of way. And, having this resentment and understanding the history that America has 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 had with Black America, and also, somewhat being proud to be American and all that stuff.
yeah. And like I said, overall, I thought his story was interesting.
Yes.
Um, the speech was all right. It wasn't too bad. They did a really good job. I personally wouldn't know how to write that speech because at the end of the day, it's like he got the people in the meeting. It's like, hey, like let's talk about it. It's like it's not easy for these people, and and who are you voting for? Like, who's in the room with you when you're voting? You don't care about them. And of course, he did change some ideas and shifts. I won't say like it will work in real life, but I thought it was good enough. I
Yeah.
thought it was good enough.
For the show, yes.
For
In
the
what
show,
Yeah.
yes, and I thought it was good. It was very liberal, very liberal
It was
writing,
liberal. Absolutely. There was definitely some black people in there.
and uh, I, I'm not mad at it.
I'm not
So
mad at it either.
the ending was good.
Yes. And
That's why I kind of gave it a 7.
okay.
It's really just the side plot for the villain. If that was a bit better, like a bit smarter, it'll be more interesting. Instead, they just like just kill Carly off and that's it. It's like well, could have done something with her in the future, but sure. But they
Um
didn't want to. Everybody was gone by the end of the episode.
I
Zemo
gave it
way.
an 8. I gave it an 8 because Captain America is now black, and I'm happy for Clarence. I'm happy for Papa Doc. I'm happy. I'm just happy for him. Honestly, like, bruh, I'm super happy. And the suit is awesome. The suit is banging. I like
Interesting.
the suit.
My
It's fire.
one of my boy Shadman who did the Wonder Woman episode, but
Yep.
he not a fan of the suit, not a fan of the end of the episode, but he gave it a 7 out of 10 as well.
Okay.
But
Well, the
I
suit is
like the
from the
suit.
comics. Yeah, it's from the comics.
It's from the comics. Two, it looked pretty good in real life. It looked
Hell
pretty good in
yeah,
real life.
badass.
So I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
I mean, it can be. It looks a kind of clunky a little bit, but
Of
well,
it'll be cooler if it was black, but I think the red, white, and blue is pretty rare for like a hero in such
true.
bright colors. Because the Iron Man was, by the end it was like a very nice maroon red,
Yeah,
but Spider Man's in bright red. So I think it's going to be cool once they put the team together.
hell yeah.
Just more things to the mythos, just adding on to the comic book TV show. I know people are upset. It's like, this is stupid. Like, no, it's just like we
No,
don't want to read comic books anymore, and this is like a cool medium to kind of skip all that.
exactly. And hey, what do you think about all the white people that had a problem with the wokeness, quote unquote, in the series?
I don't think it was like like that in your face compared to like I would like to compare this to like Watchmen because the wokeness in that series a lot of people were upset about. So comparing that to Falcon, it's not much.
But Bastion, as a lifelong Disney fan,
Yeah.
okay, I love Disney, okay, as a Christian, as a conservative American, I love Disney because Disney is the happiest place on earth. And it's not political at all, but for these past couple of years, it seems like Disney and Marvel has been pandering to the left, and it's something I don't like. Like, why do we need a black Captain America? I just feel like it's just pandering to and just dividing us even more.
Yeah. It's not pandering. It's real life. Things are reflective at the end of the day, and I do see those people every now and then just talk about like everything is being pandered. Every time they put certain characters, like it's all pandering. Dark skin characters pandering.
Right.
If they put like a queer character in the TV show, it's pandering. It's like, no, it's real life. To the point, you what if all the characters were white male, you'd be like, oh, okay, it's fine.
Mhm.
Like, no, then it'll be pandering too because you're watching it now. So
And it's in the comic books,
yeah, and
you
it's not.
jackass.
Yeah, and it's also in the comics. They wanted, and of course, I could say like in the comics they really do a great job to kind of push it even further. But I think Marvel would do a better job. Cinema will do a much better job with the Black America, with the Black
Absolutely.
Captain America. But
Black
he's
Cap-
not called Black Captain America. It's called
you
Captain
just call
America.
yeah, exactly. You just call Captain America,
Same
baby.
thing. It's not
Captain
Black
America
Falcon.
4. That's right. It's Captain America 4, baby. We out here. It's coming soon. I can't wait. That's right. Sam Wilson, Clarence, Papa Doc. That's right. He went to Cranbrook, a private school, and now he's Captain America, baby. Now, question: Who's who's going to be the leader of the Avengers now?
um, War Machine.
War Machine.
Like he doesn't need to be in battle, but I think he'll be the one like saying the next steps. Like, all right, this is what we're gonna do, or he'll be part of training. So yeah, you don't think
Okay.
so? Out of
No,
everybody, who has the most experience?
I'm okay. War Machine has the most. No, Thor.
He's not there. He's not Avenger anymore. He's not even on planet. He's
Well,
not Earth anymore.
we'll find out what happens in Thor
No,
4 next year.
yeah, but Thor is done. Like he's not an Avenger anymore. That's the whole point of that him. He's like he's done. He's gonna do like space stuff. You're talking about Earth, and
Earth.
Spider-Man is still too young. You
Spider-Man
know,
is too young. What's Wanda doing?
she's gonna be like this weird arc villain slash hero type thing in the future. You know that.
So a tweener. I mean, she's supposed to make a cameo in Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Um, Hulk is busy being a damn nerd or whatever.
Yeah, that character is done.
Yeah. Uh,
You see what I mean? Like they have to reset it, and who's the best person? Like this person will be the leader,
uh,
but just mostly him yelling at everybody to do better. It's like back in the day we used to do this. You're not doing it right. That's the way I look at War Machine. Don Cheadle, get that check. He's in Space Jam, so he's working, man.
he is in Space Jam.